Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I really miss being in class on Mondays and everything, like in the print shop. So I know that we're all doing our best to just adjust to, to this whole new way of learning and everything. I've been doing my best to think of ways where you can do this at home, with limited art materials. Um, you know, so I'm trying to do things where you can, use materials from home, so you don't have to go out. Because I think it's really actually best that we all just stay in, and just work with what you have, you know. And you guys have actually learned quite a few things since the beginning. So this is a really good opportunity to put some of those things into play, which I'm sure that some of you have. Um, if you're able to get to an art supply store, great, but again, do it to your own comfort level. If by all means, just stay home if anything. But I put together doing. I actually made a print the other day. Um, this is what I made. This is using. I don't know how well you're really able to see that, but I used acrylic paint as ink, and I pretty much worked with stencils and using in making the stencils. I actually use plastic bags. You know, pretty cool, pretty easy to use. So what I did was I pretty much just use this. This is my previous plate that I was using. So I'll kind of show you pretty much a quick way to do it. So you take some scissors, take your plastic bag, cut a square out of it. That's what I did at least. You can do this any way that you like. But as I was always told you, you know, for the first time for anything, go small and go simple, just to kind of get the hang of it, and then you can get larger if you like. But nowadays materials are can become a little scarce because you can't go out. So let's try to work small just so that you can maximize on your experience and everything. All right. So so I got that, got my paper, got my piece of plastic, and got some color here. I'm gonna work with some blue. Need a palette. Hopefully you got a palette. If you don't have a palette, find a piece of cardboard, some scrap paper, hopefully wax type paper so it doesn't, dry too quickly on you. But yeah, do the best you can with what you got, you know. Um, what I've always learned is that the more things are taken away from you, and the less resources you have, the more resourceful you become because you're working with very limited materials and you're just really trying to be inventive and just try not quick, but just try to really think beyond what you already know, to try to create one, to try to create a print. Um, I use fairly not too large, but like a medium, medium large kind of brush, and when I put a piece of paint on there, I just kind of start dabbing it onto my brush. And here's my plastic. And I'm gonna just pretty much just spread some paint onto the plastic. And what's cool about the plastic is that because it is always wrinkled, that kind of works in your favor. So and the way you can do that is you can, after you put some paint on it, you can try to fold it a bit, try to mess with it, and pretty much open it back up. There's my paper. Oh man, can losing everything. Okay, not that one. Hold on a second. Okay, got this piece of paper here, and I'm just gonna lay this on top. Second. Try to make sure you don't get it upside down, which is what I did. But yeah, so doing that, okay, so then this is pretty much what it looks like now. And I'm going to remove the paper, and that's my first stage of the print, So as that's drying, right, what I can do is I will take this and start to say, you know what, I want to cut some shapes out. You know, if you don't have a box cutter, you can still use scissors. So I'll show you two examples. So let's say I wanted to do square, you know, so cut it best into it as you can. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So cut that out with the paper. Now, if you don't have a box cutter, you just have a knife, you can pretty much just fold it, use your scissors, and I think you remember this when you were a kid, you know, you would like try to cut different circles or squares, and so, you know, so you still accomplish what you need. This is just for now, pretty much. And so take my print back and then lay this right on top of it, right? And I'm actually gonna use just regular Scotch tape. And the first thing I'll do is take my print down to the board that I have here, right? So take the print down, then take your plastic, place it on top, and then what you want to do is tape down the plastic pretty much. And I actually like to get it from all sides because I want to make it nice and taut, you know. It's important for it to be nice and taut so that when you're using the paint, your paint kind of just stays exactly where it needs to be and it doesn't bleed out into the rest of the print. It kind of just keeps its shape, you know. So I'm big on that. So it'll look like this. Plastic on top, print is right under. So I have yellow ochre. Put some on my palette, and then grab another brush. Hopefully you got more than one. If you don't have more than one, just have some water available to clean your brush, you know, and pretty much be quick, you know. So got some yellow ochre on my palette, dabbing it on, and then I'm going to just do the same thing, just dab it on here. Mine's a little too wet. I needed to make it a little more opaque. Give it a little more substance. It's too watered down. You want it to really be, you want it to be a little, yeah, you want it to be pretty thick, but you want it to be kind of like, you want to dry brush it. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you want to try to dry brush it where it's not a big glob of paint on there. It's just enough, you know? And when you, let's say if you were to dab it on your hand, it just kind of gives you these nice clean marks, you know, kind of like that. So here, I'm just gonna continue to dab, you know. Okay, put my brush down. Always have water around. I need to remember to get some water before my paint dries on my brush. But yeah, so then you can remove your, pretty much your stencil, plastic stencil off, and not bad, looks pretty cool. I'll show you. Oh, hope you can see that well. The light's not too bright. But yeah, so that's one way to do it, and you can reuse it. You can reuse the plastic and you know, make as many shapes you like, reuse it, you make a new one. Yeah, so that's pretty much my printmaking demo with stencils for today. Yeah, if you can actually even wrap the plastic onto a cardboard, and that could become your plate, you know? So if you want to do it the other way around, you know, take a piece of cardboard, you wrap it with the plastic, bag, right? And then that could become your plate, and you can just paint onto that, and try making some prints. Well, remember, see what kind of paint do you have. Um, Maybe try experimenting some. If you have watercolor, maybe try experimenting. Maybe putting on. Maybe just trying the watercolor, to do a print, you know, and with the paper. I'm gonna try to see if I can do that for another demo. Actually, I just kind of feel like that might work, um, but it's worth a try. This is really the time to experiment, so just do the best that you can with what you have. And always feel free to give me a call and ask me questions if you like, because I think that might be the best way for us to, kind of like push ahead and get some things going on at home for yourself, okay? So, cool. Hey, I hope, I'm hoping was helpful to spark some new ideas. Hopefully, you don't feel like you've already seen this, and it's something kind of fresh. All right. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay clean, and I will talk to you later. Peace.